reason is wrong.
I'm not sure I can agree, because if you fulfill the basic needs of the animal and you're not treating it cruelly, I don't imagine it has higher aspirational goals as we do.
But what about a human let's say a human that couldn't have higher aspiration goals, should we then be able to do whatever we like to that human so long as we treat them well and fulfill their needs?
No, but it would be slavery.
Yeah,
whatever.
exactly.
No, because I would say that the human's got a different level of priority than a lower animal.
But what if they couldn't? What if they couldn't?
I don't think that would happen.
No, but there are humans who are mentally disabled.
Okay, well, that is a good question. In that case, well, obviously I wouldn't argue for their exploitation.
Why not?
Be inhumane.
But so then you can't. But is there a difference between animals and humans
that
would justify? There are differences. I acknowledge there are differences. But is there a morally distinguishable difference, wherein if we applied the difference to a human, would it be okay? So like you said the thing about aspirations. So if a human had the aspirations of a chicken, would it be right to exploit that human?
What do you mean by exploit? Like, suppose there's a mentally disabled how?
Use them as like, to work, or like let's say we enjoyed some body part of theirs that came out of them. Yeah, like how, because eggs are body parts, milk is lactations. Let's say we enjoyed those from a human, but the human didn't have aspirations of, like they said, they had the equal aspirations of an animal. Would that be right then to treat that?
If it was their choice, then yeah, sure.
But it's not their choice. They can't give consent, just like an animal can't.
Okay, right. But could you prove their suffering?
Sorry, no. Let's say they have great lives. Let's say they have great lives.
Okay.
It's still exploitation because we know we're doing it, right?
So what,
it doesn't inflict harm, I would say.
Sorry?
So.
The animal had a great life.
We're still treating them as property.
So what?
Because they value their lives. If someone values their life, the only right they deserve is to not be property.
I'm pretty sure
How
that
do you know
the
they
sheep
value
does
their
not
lives?
care whether it's
Sorry?
property.
How do you know they value their lives?
It's quite obvious.
Animals eat other animals.
Yes.
So
They value their own lives. That's what I'm saying.
Do plants value their life?
No, because they can't, they're not sentient.
But I mean, if you flick a leaf, it regrows the leaf because it needs the energy to survive.
Yeah, plants
Value
react
for
to
life.
stimuli,
Right,
but they
sure.
don't. But they're not sentient. They
More
don't
or
have
less
a brain.
equivalent.
Listen, I agree that the chicken doesn't want to suffer, but
They don't want to. They shouldn't be used, even if they don't know what's happening. And let's say they're in bliss. Yeah, it's still wrong to treat them as an object because we know we're doing it.
You
Okay.
lost me there. Sorry.
Okay,
but
okay,
let
let me change your, let me just give you a hypothetical, okay? It sounds a bit bizarre, but just hear me out. Okay, let's say there was a paedophile, and let's say there was a glass screen, yeah? And there was a baby in a room, and the baby couldn't see the paedophile. Would it be okay for that paedophile to then, masturbate? Because like the thing is that
vivid argument you give it.
because the baby can't feel pain. Like in your scenario, in this scenario, the baby can't feel pain.
I think it's better hypothetical.
Yeah.
than that.
Well,
Better.
like it's kind of ethically reprehensible. Yeah.
Yeah, but why? If there's no suffering involved, because I'm just giving you a scenario where no suffering is involved. Like I'm not equating the two at all. Like don't get me twisted. I promise I'm not equating it, but.
I don't.
Like the thing is, it's not just about suffering. It's not always just about suffering.
Right,
It's
but
about the fact that we're exploiting someone knowingly, and we're reducing them to an object. We're treating them as a vending machine.
I have a question. Won't let's say, okay, well, everyone on Earth will be a vegan. Won't there be a lot of deforestation for farms? Won't there be a lot of...
That happens now because the meat industry takes up the majority of farming land.
Farming happens a lot. People
Farming
deforest
for
forests
vegetables
farms.
takes up
But
much less land.
most all cattle eat most soy. Like 90% of the soy that's grown is fed to cattle.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, but
So
like,
think
if you
about the
leave
amount
them
of
out,
deforestation.
They're going to be overpopulation of animals. So a lot
No,
of
because we'd
animals...
stop breeding them.
Stop breeding. There
How
wouldn't
you're
be
going
an
to sterilize every
overpopulation.
animal?
No, we would stop breeding them into existence because we are inseminating these
Stop
animals,
the industry.
and we're creating 56 billion land animals every year.
The
But
industry
there's
just so
natural
that
selection. Like there's wild cows out there that don't get artificially inseminated.
But that's the
Right,
cycle
but-
of life. Eventually it will balance out if we leave it be. If we don't leave it be, factory farming,
Capitalists
then it will...
balance the system, which is why there's so much pollution. the veganism alone, yeah, it makes you better and it makes the animal better. But more importantly, and just as important, sorry, it makes the planet so much better. There's much less pollution, chemicals, steroids,
But you're
and
gonna
other
eat a lot of
antibiotics.
vegetables, a lot of plant fibers, so you're
Antibiotics
taking
are
down more trees.
dominantly used in
No,
the
we're not,
environment industry.
because it takes more. It takes
It's about
50
256 antibiotics apparently, or strains in cattle.
Yeah, that's
Is
true.
it something like
Yeah, there's a lot of antibiotic use in factory farms because the animals they get really sick because they're in crowded conditions.
That's right, I've been told that.
Yeah, so that's why the farmers use antibiotics, and then we become resistant.
Well, exactly, and then that causes that.
Yeah, it's actually a
vicious circle.
massive crisis. Actually,
It is a huge problem.
It's a vicious circle.
because everyone wants meat. That's the thing. No one wants to cut down, and everyone wants it 3 times a day as well.
Well, I think that's the big problem, isn't it? The consumption of meat. You know, everyone seems to sort of base their diet on meat. You know, I mean,
I think it's because we've been taught from a very young age that we need meat.
And that is the meat industry.
Well, there's an interesting argument that comes from evolutionary biology, is that it argues that one of the major reasons why humans evolved to the point where we are, I'm not finished, with our brain structure and our ability to think and actually understand the world and equate morality, is because we ate meat, because it gave us that amount of, well, many predators eat other animals.
And then,
and then it allowed us to get to this point. It's not disputing your argument. It's just saying it's quite ironic.
Is it necessary today though?
Well, that's it. It might not be.
Have you heard about Moore's law? Have you heard about Moore's law?
Well, I know the term, but I know a lot about laws and all mixed up.
Yeah, every 2 years